That's Daddy's chair. You go sit over on your chair. You go sit on yours. Is your quilt over there? You sit on your chair. You're a very silly boy. Good boy. You lay down? Oh, don't get down, bud. Hello, it is Sunday, the 21st. Yes, the 21st. I had to check. I have just finished a giant skein of yarn. So this barely fit on my bobbin. So I've got the e-spinner, as you would have seen. So I've got these giant bobbins and it was like literally out the sides, to the point where my wheel no longer wanted to pull the yarn onto the bobbin. So I have just wound this off on my Crazy Monkey skein winder, and yeah, I don't know how much I've got yet. It is very big, as you can see. It's sort of size of my face for scale. It's maybe a touch underplied. I probably could have twisted a bit more, maybe, because I like to have a little bit of a, I mean, you can see it's kind of spiraling a little bit, because I like to have it slightly overplied in the skein fresh off the wheel. Some people like it balanced when it comes off. I don't prefer that myself, because I find this small amount of over twist, once it's washed, it actually balances itself out really nicely, and I do prefer more of a highly twisted, highly plied yarn than underplied. So personally, I like to have a fair amount of twist in my unwashed skein. So you can kind of see, like I'm just lifting my arm up and down, you can see it's kind of got a bit of spiral happening. And I think as a yarn it looks okay, especially seeing I had that one ply that was very, very old. I would say the one that is very old is the one that you can see that's less puffy, because I did twist it, I sent it back through the wheel again. So I would imagine that's the one that's more tightly, the single was more tightly spun. So yeah, I think it's going to be okay. I should be able to get it nice and balanced after having a wash, and I think I'm just finishing probably the last square of the Vivid blanket, so I should be able to get this wound up pretty soon once it's had its wash and it's nice and dry, and start joining my blanket squares. So I said to Simon just now when I was winding this, I really want to have it done prior to May next year, because I think it was the 4th of May was when I cast it on in 2016. So if I can get this done before May 2026, I will be very happy, because that's a very long-term project. It's like perhaps the oldest, it would be the oldest finished object, I guess, that I've made, just like overall time of working, or probably more accurately not working on it. But yeah, I really want, like, that's my deadline for this project. So I want to, yeah, join, I'm going to be joining my squares. I think the pattern, the pictures in the pattern have like a mattress seam to join the squares, so it's invisible, but I'm actually going to pick it up with like a crochet join, so that I'll get a little thin line of the grey between each coloured square, and then depending how much I have left after joining, I will do a border, hopefully. It's probably slightly thicker than, maybe, I don't know. The squares were quite thick and thin, the yarn that I spun for those, so this would probably be okay. It's looking like a fingering to sport weight, so it's probably pretty close. So hopefully it won't puff up too much in the wash. If it puffs up too much in the wash, I might be like verging on DK worsted, which would be sad. But I guess seeing I'm only joining and doing a border, I could probably get away with it. I'm just gonna make it work. These braids were purchased specifically to go with my Vivid blanket, so I'm gonna make it work either way. That needs to go for a wash. And other than that, I have this teeny tiny piece of strip of fibre here that I actually, if you remember earlier in Vlogmas, I did 2 skeins of not zigzag, spiral ply, and I picked that Malabrigo braid, and then I all of a sudden made a different skein of spiral ply. That was with what was left of this. So everything other than this little strip and what is on my bobbin, which I'll show you in a sec. So I've had just this floating around since the beginning of the month in my bag. That's my bag for my e-spinner. So I thought, seeing I have it here, I have my e-spinner out, I do have plans to get onto my jaunty scarf spin, but I thought I would get this done and out of the way and probably just make a mini skein. I'm spinning it quite fine. I'll lift the camera off and have a look in a second. This is quite thin, so I might actually be able to make like a fingering weight mini out of this, and I could probably add it to like my memory blanket. I'm doing the, what's it called, Cozy Memories, the one that you do the mitered squares. So I'm making that out of fingering weight yarn, so I might be able to just use this as a mini in that. So I'm going to get back to a bit of spinning, see if I can finish off this piece of fibre. It's very, very thin, as you can see, so it shouldn't take too long to spin. And then I shall go downstairs and give my big bumper skein a soak and see if we can get that dry pretty soon. Probably not much else is going to happen for my afternoon. It's already 3:30, so we'll see what the afternoon brings. So this is what I've spun so far. Probably can't really, like, with my finger for scale maybe, although I do have quite fat fingers. But yeah, I'm doing it quite thin, so I'm hoping I can just 2-ply this and have a nice yarn for my blanket, but we'll see. friends, I think I'm going to sign off. It's just 6 o'clock. I need to go and run downstairs and make some dinner. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the spinning that I did. I'm happy to have both of these done, so now I am free to start working on my jaunty scarf spin. So yes, tomorrow I guess we will look at some fibre and have a bit more of a chat. Maybe I'll read the pattern, it might be a good idea. A bit more of a chat about what I'm going to be doing for that. So that is day 21. Mostly some spinning. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great December, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.